Hi everyone, it's New Jersey Garden. I wanted to do an update on my seedlings that are growing in the basement under grow lights. I have these 40-watt fluorescent bulbs. I have 2 sets hanging over 3 Jiffy trays, and I have done other videos showing my seeds setup. So I'll provide a link in the description below to my other seed starting videos. And I'll also put a link in the card above. Basically, I hang these in my basement. I start my seeds every late February or early March, and they're just hung by these set of chains up to the rafters here. And this works well, and as the seedlings grow, I do end up taking off the covers after a little while because I don't want too much moisture on these seedlings. And I also raise these lights every few days so that as the seedlings grow, the lights get elevated. And these are chains on S hooks here. So I will link those other videos to this video. But basically, this year I'm growing a variety of perennials down here and a couple annuals and some tomato plants, along with some Bachelor buttons down here. So it's really cold out still. The other day it was around 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Today it got up in the 40s, which is still really cold. And I don't plant my annuals out until after May 15th. Our last frost date is around May 10th. So I usually wait till mid-May to plant out my annuals. But anyway, I started these seeds in the basement. I'm just going to show you the status. I order my seeds from a variety of places. I do love Swallowtail Garden Seeds. It's probably my favorite seed company for flowers. And I did order nicotiana alata, which is the white flowering tobacco. It's scented, and that's doing really, really well. I did try to thin this out. Let me take off the cover so I can show you. I did try to thin these out a little bit. But there's just because I overseeded. So they probably can be thinned out even more. But this is the nicotiana. It's doing really well. And then in the back, this is from Prairie Moon Nursery. It's purple Prairie Clover, which they gave me for free when I ordered some seeds. So I'm trying that out. These seed trays do have some green moss growing in them, and I can sprinkle some cinnamon in these seed trays to prevent damping off, which can occur if you have too much moisture. And I do have a little too much moisture in this flat of cells, so I'm going to leave the cover off for a couple days to dry this out a little bit. I did sprinkle cinnamon heavily on the next set of seeds. This is wild bergamot and culver's root, both from Prairie Moon Nursery. And this, we've had a really cold winter, and this basement was really damp, and these seed trays just stayed really moist. And the seedlings are doing fine, but a few of them started to get mold, and I sprinkled cinnamon pretty heavily in this seed tray to prevent damping off, so I don't want to lose these seedlings. So cinnamon is a way you can just prevent damping off. I didn't want to, totally block these little seedlings from getting light, but I did want to prevent the mold from taking over and killing off these seedlings. So the first set of seedlings in the front is culver's root, which is a very tall, spiky white perennial. It's a native. And in the back is the wild bergamot, which is doing really well. And I am going to leave the the cover off of this tray as well, just to dry it out a little bit because it's still really damp. Now, I only watered these once when I first planted the seeds, so these just retained a lot of moisture because the basement has been kind of cold and damp. And then over here, I have a heat mat. Well, this heat mat is not turned on for these these 2 trays, but this 3rd tray over here is sitting on a heated mat because I wanted this to be warmer. So this is just some marigolds, and they're really leggy. I think I had them too far away from the light source initially, so they're just really leggy. I'll show you them. So as you can see, they're just really leggy, and the germination wasn't as high as I had expected. So that is marigolds. I would like those to be, you know, have the stems a little shorter there. They're pretty long. And I won't be planting out any of these until mid-May, like I said. And then over here, I planted tomatoes. I planted Sun Golds, which is like a cherry tomato, Brandywine tomato, and Prudence Purple, all from Pine Tree Garden Seeds, where I've ordered from before. And then I also planted some Bachelor button seeds. So the Bachelor buttons are, a couple of them are just starting to come up. There's a seedling coming up right here, and then another one here. Now my Bachelor buttons usually self-sow. They produce a lot of seeds if you don't cut them back, and then you'll have more Bachelor's button the next year. But my Bachelor's button started dying out on me over time, and I just wanted to add more Bachelor button to my garden. And then these are the tomatoes. This is the Prudence Purple. This one is the Sun Gold. And over here is the Brandywine. They all kind of look the same right now. The Prudence Purple germinated, really is still in the process of germinating. So these tomatoes are looking really healthy, and I may add some fertilizer to these as they get a little bit bigger, but right now I'm just going to wait you know, a couple more weeks at least until they get their first true set of leaves. And then what I do with all my seedlings is I do harden them off, which means bringing them outside gradually over a 2 to 3 week period to get them used to real sunlight. So I will be doing that when the temperatures warm up. I'll be putting these seed trays out on my deck to get these plants hardened off before they get put into the ground. I am going to be planting some peas maybe this weekend. I'll be planting out some Hungarian blue poppies, which will bloom in the summertime. I do have a lot of poppies already, some perennial poppies. This is an annual poppy. And I'll just be showing you guys planting. I'm going to plant some alyssum and then a lot of lettuce in the next few days. So I'll be showing you guys all of that. And just stay tuned, and thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all my subscribers.